It's the Luna Show.
Hello, you're watching The Luna Show, and right now you're about to meet Tamara Prodigy. Tamara Prodigy, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, lovely, peachy. Hey, everybody. What's going
You look so
on?
cute, actually. I like your little outfit.
Thank you. This is my Oriental look. I sometimes like to look a little Asian.
And why is that?
Just because I like diversity and I like to change it up. And I never like to, I'm a trendsetter and I like to set the trend for myself. And other people to follow.
That's hot. I like that. You look like you're actually gonna Vogue or something.
I vogue in my head all day.
Do you?
I do.
I always wonder that. Do people, like runway girls, when they go into work, do they think I'm pumping?
Definitely, definitely.
The face kids are always like selling it, posing.
I actually like to think that I have a dance in my walk. So when I listen to music, I be dancing. If you see me in the street, I will be dancing.
I'm gonna be watching you when this interview is done. So tell me a little bit about you.
Okay.
Like, what are you doing these days?
What am I doing these days? Well, I'm looking for a job. I am working on various things to complete the person that I am and make a brighter future for myself.
And what is it that you do? Like, I know you do hair or makeup
I
and
do.
things like that.
I do my own hair just because, I feel like I can do it the best. No one else can do me like I do me. But I'm a poet. I'm a writer. I do a little bit of singing. I dance. I'm a big dancer. I've always been a dancer. I got a Jones in my bones from back in the day. And I also want to get into acting. So right now I'm working on just getting those things together so that I can entertain. Because excuse me, I've always been an entertainer. And just trying to take it to the next level.
That's cute because I never knew of you as a singer or a poet.
Yeah.
That's interesting. See, that's why I like doing this show because I learn stuff from people in the scene that I've known for so long.
Yeah.
So tell me about your ballroom history. Like, what started Tamara?
Well, I've always, been Tamara, just underneath my clothes. Tamara really is a separate entity from the ballroom scene. But started when my Vogue started when I watched this first ball DVD that my friend brought over. I don't know if they want me to say their name. They've actually have left the scene at this point in time. Jean Grey and Neptune Prodigy, or Neptune 007 actually. And my friend brought over this DVD, and I believe it was Performance Volume 4. And I saw Pony, back then it was Pony Blahnik. And I don't know, he just did this one spin and dip. And I was like, oh my God. I jumped up. I was like, I could do that. And I jumped up and I did the dip, and it hurt so bad.
Right.
I fell to the floor. I felt like my back came to my chest. And
Well, that's what happens when you do that.
it really is. And they looked at me and it was like, no, you're going to be soft. So from that day forward, they was like, I'm going to teach you how to be soft. And so I was like, okay. And from then, they were in the House of Latex, and I was introduced to Neptune. I had always seen Neptune around the city, and actually all the girls around the city, the Randys, the Deshays, all the girls around the city, and the Cassandras. Cassandra is actually one of the first people I met before I got into the scene, and she used to walk around the city, around the village, doing her figure eights all day. And I was like, what's that? And so I met Neptune, and Neptune says, hey, you want to come somewhere with me one day? I didn't know where we was going. and
I
he
already
took
know where
me.
you're going.
He took me to a meeting. It was a House of Latex meeting.
Uh-huh.
I walked in, and Aisha was sitting there. Albert was sitting there. Rest in peace, Albert. And
So you
and
became
they
a
were like,
latex.
yeah, they were like, we want you to be a latex. I vogue to everyone, and they were like, oh, this is gonna be the next hot bitch. And they were like, you got this stretch, and you kind of remind me of Prince and all this other stuff because back in the days, I took ballet, tap, and modern, so I
Mm-hmm.
had a lot of technique inside of me, and that was the start of my ballroom career.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first ball that I walked was Virgin Vogue at the Angel of the Sky Ball, open to all performance.
Mm-hmm.
I made it to the last battle, and then I got sat. It was very hard to lose. It was very, very, very hard to lose. And
How did you deal with that at that time?
at that time, I just was like, all right, whatever. But I always felt like I should have won, and I think a lot of people always feel like that. But I felt like I should have won.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then my second ball was the Jasmine Couture ball, where I don't remember the year, but everyone had to wear all white if you were soft, and the girls, the dramatic people had to wear black, and I got chopped because I walked. I didn't want to walk virgin performance anymore. I felt like I wasn't a virgin. Actually, I had one virgin performance at Deshawn's Pride Ball that he threw. It was very small. It was one of his first functions that he threw. It was on the day of Pride, and I won a virgin performance by default because I was the only one that walked. So that was my go-ahead to not walk virgin anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, man, Prodigy chopped me.
And look at that, you're a prodigy now.
Right. He chopped me at the Jasmine Couture Ball, and then I said, oh, hell no. And I had never been chopped before.
Mm-hmm.
So I came back, and I came to the Visu Ball. And at the time, I was going to school out of state in Connecticut at a boarding school. And
So you never transferred from latex to Evisu?
no.
Oh, okay.
I stayed with Aisha, and I walked that ball. My first battle I sat, I sat Tyshawn Mizrahi. Then I sat Malaysia Ebony. And then I sat Foxy Milan, which I was stunned and shocked. I was so excited and ecstatic. And it was all love to me. I just wanted to vote so bad. And then my next battle was Prince Milan. My bad, Prince. And that was the start of people knowing who I was and wanting to see more of me. So,
And how do you end up in the House of Prodigy now?
well, shortly after that ball, the House of Prodigy merged. Well, the House of Latex merged with the House of Prodigy. The House of Latex was closing down due to reasons that I don't know. But the House of Latex closed down, and
It was a funding thing.
oh.
The funding finished.
Oh, you said it. I didn't.
But it's true.
I did.
Everybody knows that, though.
Okay.
That's
I
why the
didn't know if
latex
everybody-
ball, we have to charge now, because otherwise there wouldn't be a ball.
Oh, okay.
We're just trying to keep the promise, which was we're going to have a ball every year.
Okay, exactly. And I love the latex ball. It's legendary. And I went with the House of Prodigy because it was a great family group and I loved it.
Mm. So tell me about who influences your performance.
Well, when I first started out, again, like I said, it was Pony. Pony is a great performer. And Prince Milan, of course, just because he's so fluid. And he has a fluidity to his vogue that is unmatchable. And I always loved Deja. Deja was somebody that captured my attention from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
And Christina Tsunami and Yolanda.
All the greats.
All the greats.
So what is it about voguing, though, that...
I don't want to forget anybody. Alora and Mika, definitely. And Yeah, Alora, Mika, and I love Mercedes, of course.
Hmm. So what was it about watching these girls and being influenced by them? Like, what made you
It
want to
just
Vogue anyway? Because, you know,
Well,
because you had the dancing.
I always loved to dance, but I love the femininity that was in it. The
Mhm.
way that I could express my femininity through the Vogue, it almost was like a euphoria. I was able to be free and like express me, and that was the first thing that attracted me to it. And then also, I just love the art of dancing, and it just seemed like an art form that I would be good at, and
Hmm.
I actually was. Am.
So tell me about your experience as a woman.
Well, my experience as a woman, I've always been a woman from day one. From the age of 4, I knew that there was something different. I used to have long, long hair when I was 4 years old. And I remember one time when I was walking in the street with my dad. We used to live in Pennsylvania from age 1 to 4. And somebody says, "Oh, you have a really cute daughter. And she's really pretty." And my dad said, "What? That's not my daughter, that's my son." And I said, well, he said, that's it. And he took me to the barbershop and cut my hair off. And from that point on, I've always been like, I guess people would say that I was acting out or being bad or things of that nature, but it was always like a fight within me, and I was battling myself. And then when I came to live with my grandmother used to have this drawer, and it used to have wigs in it. And I used to go in her wigs every day
I
after
think every
school.
grandmother had a wig drawer.
She would kill me. But I used to go in her drawer every week, every night, every day after school. And I used to put on her wigs. I used to put on her clothes, and we were not the same size. And I used to go to the Rite Aid down the street from my house. I used to live on 96th Street. There's a Rite Aid right next to my house. And I used to steal the press-on nails, come inside and glue them on and pop them off and flush them down the toilet before she came home. And then when I got into high school and I started going through puberty, things got worse for me. I never had to shave. And in high school, they were like, shave, you gotta shave. And I always used to fight them with it. I always used to fight them every morning. And I never really understood why. And actually, at the age of 8, just to take it back a little bit, I came to my mom and I said, "Mom, I want to dress like a girl." And she goes, "Well, why?" And I was like, "Well, girls get more attention." And honestly, looking back on it now, that I'm able to express myself in an adult manner, being a child, you really can't formulate the ideas that are going through your head. And truthfully, I was just saying I want attention as me. And so she said to me, "No, you're not. That's not what's going to happen. You're not a girl. If you were a girl, you wouldn't be living in my household." And the household that I came from before that was very traumatic. I had been in a drive-by by the age of 4. I had been left alone, you know, in a baby rocker, you know, and it wasn't something that I wanted to go back with. So I kind of closed myself off from that part of my life and tried to fight it and tried to give my mom what she wanted, because I always wanted to impress and make her proud of me just because she gave me so much.
Wow. So,
Oh wait, and then when I was 17, sorry, then when I was 17, I started wearing makeup to school, and I liked it. And when I got into the ballroom scene, actually, I saw my first ball that I ever went to. I saw Alora performing the night she wore the hip hop dress with Biggie and Tupac on it. And I said, "Oh my God, Alora's a pretty, pretty woman. If you ever seen Alora in person, Alora's a beautiful,
mhm.
beautiful woman, on the inside and outside." And I said, "Oh my God," and I said, "It's really possible." And that was when I knew it was possible, and I knew that I could become all of who I am. And at 17, I started dressing, and I started taking hormones from, girlfriends and things of that nature. I don't do that anymore, but yeah, I started to transition.
Mhm. And so, how do you become a successful woman?
Live like a woman, breathe like a woman, think like a woman. I mean, I can only I can only explain for myself, But if you really truly do feel like a woman, to live like a woman, to do things that other women do, or to do things that you feel are womanly and that will make you happy as a woman, then that's what you do. Don't do anything that a man tells you to do, because a man knows how to be a man. A man does not know how to be a woman. So,
And so, what's one message you would like to tell young people watching this show?
don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Drugs will make you think that you're somebody else. And then after a while, you'll start to be that person, and there's no turning back. That's the first message. Stay in school, because without education, you're nothing. And if you're not always trying to better yourself and learn and continue to feed your brain is going to turn into mush. And don't be a follower, be a leader. Always be a leader. Don't ever think that you have to follow someone, because that's when they say legend, they mean an innovator, a person that stands for what they believe in, that leads the community, but also knows how to live with the community and flourish. So stay in school, don't do drugs, and be a leader.
Well, thank you for this.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
It's the Luna Show.